you can write a single sentence post, you can turn that into $1,000 a day. I know that sounds insane, but that's exactly what I've been doing on Facebook. And no, I'm not talking about running ads or selling digital products or even creating video. This is about Facebook literally paying creators like you and me for simple posts that get engagement. And when you add AI into the mix, that's when it gets really fun. But here's the truth. Most people have no idea that this even exists. Facebook has a content monetization program that has quietly paid out creators over $2 billion in 2024 alone. And unlike other social media platforms, you don't need a massive following to get results. You also don't need to run ads, and you don't need a fancy camera like this one. How do I know this? Because Facebook last month paid me over $39,000. And most of that came from simple text or image posts that my 10-year-old daughter could create.
Yeah, duh.
That is the opportunity sitting in front of you right now. Here's how it works in plain English. Facebook pays based on engagement and reach. So that means when you post something, the more likes, the more comments, and especially the more shares you get, the more that you have the potential to make. And I think it's important to note that you don't have to reinvent the wheel here. Sure, you can create your own content, and yes, I do create a lot of my own content, but a lot of the content that has made me the most is actually me taking screenshots of other people's posts, either on X, here on Facebook, on Threads, or even on Reddit. And the only thing that I do is add my commentary. Sometimes they're funny one-liners, other times I am sharing my thought leadership, so I think of it as writing a mini blog post. And I'll mix up my content, sharing a little bit of both because you never know what's going to work. And that brings me to the most important thing that you need to know. Consistency is key. The more often you post, the more chances you have of going viral, or at least something taking off where now all of a sudden Facebook is sharing your content to a wider audience. Just so that you can see a specific example, this creator shared this one simple text post. No images, no video, just a one sentence post. And this one post generated her over $1,600. It's really not that complicated. It's about knowing what the algorithm rewards and to continue to provide engaging content. On that text post that I just shared, that wasn't the first time that she posted. In fact, she probably posted at least 12 times that day alone until one finally hit. Now, obviously, you could try to do this manually, but that is where you would be missing out on what AI can provide. Because the biggest challenge with Facebook is volume. You want to be posting at least 6 to 8 times a day, if not more. In fact, I've discovered a lot of big Facebook creators that are posting anywhere from 24 up to 50 times per day. And that truly is the name of the game. You do want to post a lot. Unless you're cool trying to work 12 plus hours a day to crank out that much content, I want to show you a much faster way. I want to show you how I use AI to generate up to 20 plus posts every single day. And with these strategies, I can crank out a week's worth of content. So we're talking over 160 to 180 posts per week in about 2 days. And let's be honest, I ain't working full time. So when I say 2 days, I mean like 4 hours a day. So about 8 hours. Let's go ahead and hop over to my screen so I can show you how I'm making $1,000 a day on Facebook using AI. There are so many ways that you can use AI to increase your efficiency and then maximize the Facebook content monetization program. First, I'm going to show you one of the ways that I used it. And actually, I used this method today. Let me take it to my screen. What I use it for is rewriting, especially if we're looking to rewrite one-liners. One of the ways I try to find engaging content that I think is going to resonate with my audience, once again, for those that don't know, I have a personal finance investing page. So anything with personal finance, the economy, it all typically works with my audience. So I was scrolling through X and I found this post that says 100,000 federal employees or federal workers resign today, largest government resignation in history. I could take this, copy and paste it, put it on my page. But one thing I want to be very mindful of is Facebook's community guidelines. And I don't want to share anything that isn't true, that isn't factual. So I'm going to go over to ChatGPT. I'm going to post this in here, and then I'm going to ask it, is this real? And we're going to find out. ChatGPT is going to enlighten us if it is real, what seems to be true, what misleading or needs clarification, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So it gives me a verdict. Yes, this is credible evidence that over 100,000 employees are being scheduled to resign. All that to say is, could I take that and copy and paste and share it? Yes, I could, but I want to use ChatGPT to help me write something that is a little bit more factual so that I don't get flagged by Facebook. So just a simple prompt of help me rewrite for my Facebook page, make it more factual. I also typically tell it to be just as concise because sometimes ChatGPT will take something and just get way too wordy. So keep it as concise, and just for variety's sake, because maybe you want just to see what options it gives, have it give you 3 to 5 options. Now, one thing I forgot to say on that prompt is with one line, we want to keep it spicy. We want to keep it polarizing. We want headlines that are going to get engagement. And right now, what it provided, they're factual, but they're a little boring. Make it more polarizing. And since this is a newsy type headline, please add breaking at the beginning. It gives you a few different options that I can pick. I can mix and match whatever I want to use. I can tell it not to end in a question like I did here. Take it as you will. So I basically took this, already did this, and here is what it came up with for me. This was posted 32 minutes ago, already has 102 likes or engagement, 19 comments, and 4 shares. So that is a real world example of me using something today where I found something that I felt like, okay, this is going to resonate with my audience. One, I want to make sure that it's legit, that it's for real. And then I also want to get some rewritten options so I'm not just copy and pasting somebody else's work. All right, let's go back to this post that I shared earlier. Take this post. We obviously know this one did amazingly well with 80,000 engagement, 50,000 shares. So we're going to copy that, go over to ChatGPT, go ahead and start a new chat, paste this in here. And normally I'd actually use the dictation option here, but since I'm recording this, I can't actually use voice to text. So I'll just type it really quick. Give me 20 variations of this. Now, as a reminder, I just asked for 20 variations. I easily could have asked for 100. I don't know what the cap would be, but let's say you did 100 at a time. You could have 1,000 pieces of content ready to go in literally minutes. That's how you can use AI when you find content that's already gone viral. You can take that content, put it in here, and have ChatGPT help you rewrite other polarizing comment, sentence, captions that could go just as viral and help you get paid. All right, let's look at another way that I use AI, specifically ChatGPT, to help with creating content. Once again, X is such an easy place to find content that's already going viral. So here's a post. This has been actually going viral for several different people posted this, but this person apparently charges $30,000 to name your baby. All I know is that this person shared this article, a screenshot of the article, not even the article itself. It has over 3.6 million views on X. What am I going to do here? I'm going to take a screenshot of this tweet. I'm now going to come over to ChatGPT. I'm going to upload the image. So this is the screenshot, and I'm going to give instructions. Now, I actually have something saved here, but I'm going to type it out just so you can get a sense of what I'm trying to do here. So that way, if you don't have some sort of saved prompt or a custom GPT, you just want to type something in or dictate it. So give me 10 captions on this image in the voice of Jeffro CP. Give me different takes so I can choose the one that will go most viral. I also need some first comments to choose from. I'll explain more about the first comments here in a second. So let me just go ahead and hit send, and let's see what it comes up with. It's giving me 10 different captions I can choose from. First one is, only in San Francisco can you charge $30,000 to do what your grandma did for free. I kind of like that one. Forget baby showers. A new flex is $30,000 baby name consultant. Okay, so here's a few different options. Now, it's going to give you quite a few options, and you're probably going to like more than one of them. So if you're not sure which one to pick, then you could ask it, please pick the one that you think will go the most viral and just see what it says. Okay, so here's what I do now. I'm going to Buffer. This is the scheduling tool that I use to publish all of my content right now. So I'm going to select new post. I'm going to select the screenshot that I just took. Boom. I'm now going to paste in the caption. I'm going to grab that first comment, or which one do I want to pick? Let's just go with the first one for brevity's sake. So pick that one, and now going back to Buffer, and Buffer has this option where you can select a first comment that basically posts automatically whenever this post goes live. Why is that a big deal? It's because with Facebook, the way that you are making money is from engagement. So you've got a screenshot, awesome. You've got a funny caption, awesome. Now, if you have a first comment, that comment is going to show in people's feed. So what I have experienced is that not only are people liking the post itself or commenting on the post, but if you have an engaging first comment, it could be a question, it could be another polarizing statement. If they like or comment on the comment itself, that also is even more engagement. So basically what you are doing is increasing the likelihood, increasing the chances of your post to get engagement. The more engagement, the better. A third way that I'm using AI is when I find longer form story-driven posts on Facebook. These can do very well as long as you have a good image and a good hook. But let me just give you an example. As you can see with this post, like this is not a one-liner. This has more of a story, a lot more text. I'm going to take this. I'm going to go over to ChatGPT again. Let's go ahead and start a new chat. I'm going to post this in there. And for the same thing, right? I'm going to basically give it the prompt. Hey, I want you to rewrite this in the voice of Jeff Rose, CFP. He is a father of 4. He's a retired wealth manager. It already knows all this, by the way, because I've just had so many conversations with ChatGPT. If you are newer to ChatGPT, you're going to have to train it to let it know everything about you, your experience, your views on things. But over time, it's going to know you better than your own spouse. I'm going to take this post, and in case I didn't share this, I guess I did gloss over this, but this post has 27,000 likes, 950 comments, 23,000 shares. So there's something with what is shared here that people are resonating with. So how can I take how people are resonating with this and then rewrite it in my own voice? They'll hopefully drive engagement, whether it be likes, comments, shares as well. So I just gave the prompt, please rewrite it for Jeff Rose CP using his experience and thought leadership. And here is what it provided. So there's the caption. Now the other piece of this, just to show you what ChatGPT and AI are totally capable of. So this one has a picture. I'm assuming this is her picture. Maybe it's her car. Now, you could go out and take a picture in your car to replicate this. That is an option. You obviously don't want to take this picture, download it, and upload it as yours because, one, it has her name on it. So that's one reason why you don't want to do it. The other thing is, like, you want it to be you. So yes, it would require a little bit more work going to your car and taking the exact same picture. That is a possibility. You could download the image to your desktop, upload that image to ChatGPT, which I'm going to do here, and have it recreate the image for you. So let me just show you an example of the prompt. Please recreate this image, but have it be a man's hand that is wearing a gray sweatshirt and have him inside of a Chevy truck instead. So that is my prompt. Let's see what it creates. Dude, that is just so insane. Now, one thing I forgot to say, you see how it actually included the person's name here? The prompt should have said, hey, please take that name out or replace it with whatever your Facebook page name is. So you could totally do that. But that is the power of AI. Check out that picture. That looks realistic. Maybe not my hand per se, but it created a man's hand wearing a gray sweatshirt sitting inside a Chevy. That is insane. And that is the power of AI. It allows me to test more, publish more, and because of that, win more often. Here's the bottom line. You don't need to be a social media influencer. You don't need high-tech, fancy gear. If you can write a single sentence, you can get paid. And if you use AI the way that I've just shown you, you can scale that up to a level that most people can't even imagine. If you want to learn more how you can use AI to make $1,000 a day, check out my course, Get Paid to Post. In my course, I shared everything that I've learned from growing my Facebook page from about 30,000 to over 350,000 followers, and also making over $150,000 this year from Facebook alone. Once again, that's just posting content. That's not running any ads or trying to sell some sort of digital product or high-ticket coaching offer. That's just from posting simple content on Facebook. I'll have a link in the description if you want to check it out. But whether you join or not, please remember this. If you're posting on Facebook and not getting paid, you're posting for free. Stop posting for free, start getting paid. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe. Until next time, this is Jeff Rose. Peace.